athletes, same gym, same coach, same diet. One becomes a champion, the other quits after 2 years. What was the difference? It wasn't talent. It wasn't even luck. It wasn't hard work either. It was 6 inches. Right here, between your ears. That's where the champions are made. And where most people lose before they even begin. Today, I'm going to give you the masterclass nobody taught you in school, nobody told you growing up, and most people will never discover. This is how champions think. And by the end of this video, so will you. Welcome to the channel Elevate with Shachi Seth. Hi, I am Shachi Seth, writer, entrepreneur, life coach, and your dear friend. Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched someone, a top athlete, a brilliant entrepreneur, a world-class performer, and thought they are just built differently? Maybe you have said it about yourself. I'm not just wired that way. I really don't have that killer instinct. Some people are just born champions. Stop it. That story is costing you everything. Dr. Jim Efremov, sports psychologist, author of The Champion's Mind, worked with Olympic athletes, professional players, and elite performers for decades. And here's what he found. Champions are not born. They are built brick by brick, thought by thought, choice by choice. The difference isn't physical, it's psychological. It's a set of mental habits, and habits can be learned. Here's the first truth I need you to lock in. Champions think differently, not better, differently. A champion doesn't think, I hope I don't mess up. They think, I was made for this very moment. A champion never thinks, what if I fail? They think, what do I need to do right now? A champion doesn't wait to feel confident. They act their way into confidence. Now, before we go any further, I want to know something about you. Before we go ahead in the video, I want to know that you do have a dream that you want to pursue and want the mindset of a champion to achieve it. If yes, type champion in the comment box below. Let's get to the champion mindset. Let's continue with how champions talk to themselves, their self-talk. Let's talk about the voice in your own head. You know the one, the constant narrator, the one that says you're not good enough, you'll embarrass yourself, why even try? This is your self-talk. And most people's self-talk is absolutely brutal. You would never speak to a friend the way you speak to yourself, never. But here's the game changer. Champions deliberately train their inner voice like a muscle, like a skill. There are 3 types of self-talk that you need to know. Type 1 negative self-talk, neutral, and the champion. The negative self-talk says, I always choke. I'm terrible under pressure. Why does this always happen to me? This isn't just unpleasant, it's performance poison. Research in sports psychology shows negative self-talk physically tightens your muscles, raises cortisol, and narrows your focus. All at the exact moment you need to be loose, calm, and sharp. Then comes type 2, neutral self-talk. Okay, I'll try. Let's see what happens. This talk is better, but it's flat. No fuel. You're not hurting yourself, but you're not igniting anything either. Now comes the type 3, champion self-talk. I am ready. I have done the work. This is my moment. I am a champion. This is being your own best coach. The relentlessly positive, fiercely focused voice that pushes you forward, even when everything says stop. Now I know what some of you are thinking. That sounds fake positivity. That sounds like lying to myself. Here's the truth. It's not lying. What's the better term? Leading. You're leading your mind towards the reality you are creating. These are affirmations. Affirmations aren't about believing something false. They're about wiring your brain for the outcome you're working towards. I would suggest this practice here. Every morning, before you pick up your phone, before you check your Instagram, before the world gets in, spend 90 seconds repeating these champion statements loud. I am ready. I am prepared. I will find a way. Just 90 seconds. That's it. But done every single day, that rewires the narrative brick by brick. So tell me, what will be the first word you will say to yourself every morning? Just one strong word. Whatever you like it. It can be strong, it can be ready, grateful, focused, or winner, or champion. Your word, your anchor. Write your word in the comment box right now. It will be a positive self-talk that you're going to tell yourself every morning. Start tomorrow onwards and do comment in the box below your word. Champion's mindset works on a very interesting term, the process principle. Champions fall in love with the work. Okay, let's talk about something that might change the way you see everything. Your goals, your work, your daily grind. We live in a highlight reel culture. We see the trophy, but not the training. We see the Grammy, not the garage sessions. The gold medal, but not the 4 a.m. practices. And because we only see the peak, we think that's where the champions live. It's wrong. Champions actually live in the process. They are obsessed. They are in love with the daily work. They're not just tolerating it, not just enduring it. Actually, genuinely, deeply in love with it. So, to be a winner, to have a champion mindset, you have to promise to enjoy the process, the hard work behind it, and not to do it because it's important. Actually enjoy it. And to make a commitment to that, write enjoy in the comment box below. To have a champion's mindset, here is a phrase I want you to tattoo in your brain. Be where your feet are. Not thinking about last week's failure, not worrying about next month's challenge, not fantasizing about the finish line. Right here, right now, this video, this rep, this meeting, this paragraph, this conversation. This is called present moment focus, and it is one of the most powerful and most rare mental skills in the world. Think about it. How many times have you been in a conversation but thinking about something else? How many times have you been working on a project but mentally already at the outcome? How many times has your body been at the gym while your mind was somewhere else? That's exactly the opposite of a champion's mind. Champions collapse time. They bring everything, every ounce of their energy, every cell of attention to what's right in front of them. Here's a practical tool that comes handy, the 3P reset. It is pause, breathe, refocus. So whenever you're working on something that is important and you see your mind drifting, whenever the pressure builds, whenever the inner critic screams, you do the 3P reset. Pause, take one slow breath, breathe out the noise, then refocus on one specific action. What is the single next thing I need to do right now? One breath, one action. That's it. That's what separates people who crumble under pressure from the people who rise. Michael Phelps, the swimmer, he used this. Serena Williams, the tennis player, used versions of this. Every elite performer has a reset ritual. I need to talk to you about something real for a second. At some point in your journey, maybe it's happening right now, you'll face a wall, a setback, maybe a failure, a loss, a moment where everything you worked for seems like it's crumbling, and the world will tell you, that means something is wrong. That means you're not cut out for it. That means it's a sign to stop. What do champions hear? Champions hear something completely different. Champions response completely different to adversity. And it comes down to one radical idea. Champions don't just survive hard times, they deliberately use hard times. Every elite performer has a story, not despite their hardships, but through them. Think about it. Jordan got cut from his high school team. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job. Edison failed thousands of times before the light bulb. J.K. Rowling, the Harry Potter writer, was rejected by 12 publishers. Were those obstacles? Yes. Were those painful? Absolutely. But champions have a different operating system. When it comes to failure, champions ask three questions. What can I learn from this? How does this make me stronger? And what is my next move? Notice what they don't ask. Why me? Why does this always happen? Is this a sign that I should quit? These questions are mental traps. They give your power to circumstances. A champion's question gives power back to him. And here's the part nobody talks about. The champions who seem unshakable, they feel fear too. They have their doubts. They feel pain. They are not numb to it. They are not robots. The difference is they don't let the feeling become the story. They feel it, they process it, and they move ahead. It's time for you guys to share. Think of your biggest setback. What did it teach you? Do mention in the comment box below. Let me come to the very important part of the video. How champions prepare their mind. Let's get tactical here because mindset isn't just philosophy, it's practice. Champions have their rituals, specific, deliberate, non-negotiable mental preparation routines. Let's come to the step 1. Visualization. 5 to 10 minutes before any high-stake moments, close your eyes and see yourself succeeding, not hoping, not imagining. Seeing in full detail the sounds, the feelings, the specific actions. Your brain doesn't fully distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. This is neuroscience, not some self-help plug. Then comes step 2, body language. First, stand tall, shoulders back, chin up. Amy Cuddy's research on power posing and Efremov's work with athletes both point to the same truth. Your physiology shapes your psychology. You don't stand like a champion because you feel confident. You feel confident because you stand like a champion. The step 3 is my favorite, the trigger word or phrase. Champions often use a single word or short phrase as a mental on switch. A word that instantly calls up their best self. It could be anything, dominate, smooth, it could be trust. It's personal, it's powerful. And it works because you have trained to work. I remember my daughter was a professional tennis player. Her coach had assigned a word for her and it was co-champion. And every time I used it on her during a match, it was like flipping a switch. It would completely enhance her performance immediately. So choose that one word for yourself too. Then comes step 4, gratitude anchor. Yes, gratitude. Before high performance or your big day, take a 30-second gratitude flash. Think of one thing you're grateful for right now. This isn't soft. This is chemistry. Gratitude releases dopamine, it reduces anxiety and broadens your attention. Exactly what you need before you compete or create. These are just 4 steps that will take 5 to 10 minutes. But if done consistently, this builds what mental muscle memory. The ability to perform at your best on demand under pressure. Now I'm going to empower you. I'm going to tell you, you are the CEO of your own mind and your mind has a team. Think about it. Inside you, right now, there are multiple voices competing for control. There's this voice of fear, the voice of discipline, the voice of doubt. Then there's voice of ambition, the voice of your inner critic, the voice of your inner coach. Most people let these voices run wild, an unmanaged boardroom with no one in charge. What do champions do? Champions take the chair. They decide who speaks and who sits down. The inner critic, this voice compares and condemns. You cannot fire this voice, but you can demote it. You can say, I hear you, but you're not in charge today. Then your inner coach comes. This is the voice of growth, strategy, and encouragement. This is who you want to run the meeting. Compassionate, direct, focused on the next step. Then comes the inner champion, the voice of identity. This is who I am. This is what I do. I find a way, always. This voice isn't arrogant, it's anchored. Your job every single day is to intentionally amplify your inner coach and inner champion and consciously quiet the inner critic. Not silence it forever, just not today. Here's the important part of the session. Focus on the long game. Champions build, they don't rush. We live in a world of instant everything. Instant noodles, instant results, viral overnight success, microwave mindsets. Champions operate on a completely different timeline. This is called the long game mentality. The willingness to show up day after day with no guarantee of immediate reward. Because you trust that compound effort will always win. Here's a concept I really love, the 1% rule. 1% better every day is 37 times better in a year. If you improve just 1% every single day, in a year you are 37 times better than you were on day one. 37 times. Not because of one breakthrough, not because of one magical moment, but because of tiny, consistent, invisible daily improvements. Champions aren't chasing a single big moment. They are stacking small wins every single day. One more rep, one more page, one more conversation, one more time. They chose discipline over comfort. And here's the thing. On day 30 of doing this, you won't feel 37 times better. You might not even feel different. But the work is working. The compound interest is building. Trust the process. Do the work. Play the long game. I want to ask you something. Who do you decide to be? Because champions have their own identity. We've covered a lot today. Self-talk, process, adversity, rituals, inner voices, the long game. But everything, every single thing comes back to one question. Who have you decided to be? Not who do you hope to be, not who you might become someday, not who your circumstances say you are. Who have you decided to be? The beating heart of today's video is champions don't wait for their identity to arrive. They choose it, they declare it, they live into it before it feels true. I am a champion. This isn't a statement of current achievement. It is a statement of commitment. It is a decision. Champions are not crowned. They are committing. And the beautiful yet terrifying, life-changing truth is you get to decide right now, today, not tomorrow, not after you lose the weight, not before you get the job or fix the relationship. Now, you are just one decision away from a completely different trajectory. That's all it takes to begin. And champions begin every single day. Most people will never know about how champions think. But you do. You have the tools, you have the framework, you have the choice. The only question left is, what will you do with it? Not someday, today. Go be a champion. Not because someone gave you permission, because you decided. I'll see you at the top. If you enjoyed watching this video, hit the thumbs up icon. Subscribe to my channel for more videos on personal growth. And remember the bell icon for notifications. Thank you so much for watching.